It was a rainy, gusty day when Kennedy Tower Supervisor Sean Sims explained to AvWeb who was who and what it takes to turn a novice controller into a pro.
This is the guy who will identify himself on the frequency as Tower. He has 31 right. He's dealing with arrivals only to 31 right. To his immediate right is ground control. Ground control right now is operating as one position. Based on the amount of strips I see there, it's pretty much getting close to time to split that. And one of the things we do around here to make life everybody's life a little easier is try to divide the workload as best we can so nobody's actually getting crushed. John's got not much of a problem now, but it's going to start getting busier. He owns all of the taxiways, all of the runways that we call inactive, and he's dealing with all the airplanes to and from the arrival and departure runways. His job, as we see it, is primarily to set up the departure sequence for the departure local guy. That's the guy over there. He also identifies himself as Tower. He owns what we're hoping to be the departure runway right now. They're landing and departing on that because we're forced on 2 runways tonight. Normally we would try to be on 3. But their arrival demand is such that he has to take arrivals to the departure runway, and that's why that line is starting to build. And it's just starting to build. It's going to get worse in the next couple of hours. To his right is clearance delivery. When you call for your IFR clearance, that's the guy that would give it to you. He's being assisted by what we call a flight data guy tonight. He's getting the strips off the computer, making sure that everything's up to date, accurate, and all that other good stuff. And he's going to distribute those strips to who needs them, the arrival controller, the clearance delivery guy, the ground controller, whatever it is. On occasion, we'll have what we call a Class Bravo clearance guy up here, or Class Bravo guy. He's the guy that deals with traffic flying through the airspace, generally speaking, helicopters, IFR, VFR fixed wing, that are just transiting the area on their way to different places. And then we have John, who's the supervisor, and Bob, who's the traffic management guy, trying to do the strategic operations. We're trying to figure out what we're going to be doing, trying to make plans for what's going to happen, keeping an eye on the weather, keeping an eye on the demand for everybody else, and trying to keep an eye on the delays. Essentially, when you get into an evening like this, where the wind is down 30025, we had gusts to 35 knots. Everybody's going to take a beating. And the idea is to spread that out as evenly as we can over arrivals, over departures, over Kennedy, LaGuardia, Newark, and over the various airlines. And certain airlines have different schedules. We'll try to do what we can to alleviate those delays as much as we can. In a nutshell, that's us. Don't let the airplanes run into other airplanes. That's our job.
So how long does it take to get somebody up to speed?
2.5 years. Somebody who had been an air traffic controller, worked in a tower, with reasonably busy traffic, it could be a year and a half.
When you're busy here, how many operations?
1,300 a day. If you were to spread those 1,300 out over the day, divided equally into 20, we'd have 2 guys up here. Well, we need 12, and we're really
12?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what we're looking at right now. I'm guessing.
That's amazing.
That's why it takes 2 years to train somebody up here. You got to get them to see everything as they go through. There's nothing better than watch one of these guys, plug into a position, when they're just learning this, and to have something bad happen, and watch how how a pro deals with this. We've got some tremendous training opportunities out of that. Every one of us has seen something here they prefer to forget. Let's say, for the most part.
Like what? What for you?
Oh hell, I was here. I can't even count the number of airplanes I've seen on fire.
Really?
Usually it's a compressor stall or something like that. It's usually a tail cone fire or something like that. You work at the smaller airports, you see a lot more bad crashes, fatal type. I had one fatal accident while I was working here, but it was a small airplane. And then just, stuff that'll, stuff goes wrong. When stuff goes wrong in this business, you run out of, as redundant as we tend to be, when you're down to the last hope, it's no fun. The 7.6 on one engine on a night like tonight, it's, it raises your heart rate a little bit. And I'm not in the airplane. The thing about this place is we do have 3 miles of runway out there. We also have maintenance facilities for virtually any airplane ever made. So when an airplane breaks anywhere around here, it comes here. we get very good at dealing with emergencies. The majority of them are the run-of-the-mill slat extension problem, or can't get the gear up, hydraulics failure, or something along those lines. You know, and they're so run-of-the-mill. We'll deal with a couple of them a day. It's no big deal. It's the ones that, you know, he does have an engine fire, or he is on one engine, or you know, we've had numerous airplanes come back with people injured on them from clear air turbulence or something like that, or this airport averages, believe it or not, a heart attack a day. There's that many people in and out of here, where statistically that's not bad. As far as an air traffic control crew, you're not going to find any better. Those guys are good.
They may have just closed outright. The building has a sign saying closed for renovation. The sign by
Now we're in the process of, you know, transferring that to the next generation. You know, we see guys come back here, you know, I worked here in '63. You know, and they still got that same pride. I was a controller. If you're an air traffic controller, you know, what do you do for a living? I'm an air traffic controller. Oh, yeah, what do you work? I work at Kennedy.
Yeah.
You know, it means something. It means something.
Delta 73, were you assigned an airspeed? Yeah, maintain that speed, because right now I show the speed.